I want to briefly talk about what is considered good writing in English. I see so many students who do not have a solid understanding of this, which means that they struggle to improve their writing because they don't know what they need to focus on. To start, we're going to look at two examples and compare them so that you can understand what is good writing. So the first version of the sentence is this. In terms of what is coming down the road, it is almost certainly exceedingly difficult to say what will or will not occur. So we ought to make plans in the case that it rains, or alternatively, in the case that rain does not, in fact, transpire. So you may think that this is quite advanced, and in some ways, maybe it is. It has a lot of advanced vocabulary, and it's a very long sentence. However, this would not be good writing in English. The reason is that this sentence is very hard to understand. Even a native speaker will struggle to understand what this sentence is telling them. So clarity is the most important thing in English. So let me show you a clear example of this same sentence. It is impossible to predict if it will rain, so we should make plans to go outdoors or to stay indoors. Both of these sentences express exactly the same idea, but the second one is much simpler and clearer and therefore is considered better in English. So just because you use advanced vocabulary and you make your sentences complex and long, that does not make them better. If you don't use those advanced structures to communicate your ideas more clearly, then your writing won't be better. So let me give you an example that's more specific to the Duolingo English Test. In this case, let's look at two descriptions of this image. Here's the first one. This magnificent image demonstrates a stunning young woman in the process of riding a bicycle down a marvelous street in a massive city, and her attire is constructed of wonderful green items that I get the impression is modern on her. So this response contains some advanced vocabulary. However, is it clear? So do the adjectives magnificent and stunning and marvelous, do these help you to understand the image in greater detail, to more easily imagine what the image contains? No. In fact, they make the response a little bit more confusing. So it says it's a magnificent image with a stunning young woman in a marvelous street. However, this is an ordinary image. It's not marvelous. And we don't know if the young woman is stunning or not. We can't really see her. She's far away from the camera and facing away. And this street isn't marvelous. In fact, it seems kind of like a boring street. There's no trees or anything. Or maybe there's one tree there in the shade. So by using this advanced vocabulary, it's actually making the description worse because the description is now inaccurate. The words being used in the response are not accurately describing what's actually in the image. So let's compare that response to a better one. This image depicts a young woman riding a bicycle on a narrow city street. She is wearing a green outfit that consists of a green shirt and matching green pants. The city where this photo was taken seems charming and well maintained. So this second response has less advanced vocabulary. It still has some, but it's a much better description of the image because it's accurate. So the advanced vocabulary used in this second description is specific to the image. It is accurately describing what is contained in the image. Here are the key takeaways from this lesson, the most important things that you should remember. First is focus on being clear. which usually means being simple. So don't use advanced sentence structures and advanced vocabulary unless they make your meaning more clear. And 2, make sure that you use advanced vocabulary correctly. Don't just throw in advanced vocabulary into your response thinking that it will get you more points. You need to be sure that you use the advanced vocabulary to make your response, for example, your description of an image, more accurate and precise. And the same is true if you're writing an essay. If you use an advanced word, you should use it because it more accurately expresses the idea that you are trying to express to the reader. So as you practice writing and speaking questions, keep this in mind so that you get into the right habits of learning the things that will actually make your writing better and will get you a higher score on the test. And after the DET, once you go to university, then your writing will be better and you'll get better grades on essays and a better job and generally succeed in the future. All right, so these lessons are important, not just for the DET, but for your entire journey with English.